This is a compilation of all the videos that I've made on email writing. It includes candidate response, examiner comments, intros and endings, tenses, spelling, punctuation, and sentence variety. There will be timestamps in the description below, so if you want to skip any of these, you can. Please enjoy. Welcome to my channel, English Step by Step. I am Miss Wee. Today we will be doing email writing from this paper. So it's the May-June 2019 paper, paper 2-1. So here are the steps. First, we are going to read the question and highlight the keywords. You can pause the video to highlight the keywords. Last month, you won a competition to meet a famous person. Yesterday, you finally met them. Write an email to a friend telling them about this. In your email, you should explain what you had to do to win the competition, describe your meeting with the famous person, say how you felt after meeting this person. The pictures above may give you some ideas, and you can also use some ideas of your own. Your email should be between, for the new syllabus, is 120 to 160 words long. So here I've highlighted the keywords for you. You won a competition to meet a famous person, and yesterday you met them. So write an email in which you explain what you had to do to win the competition, describe your meeting with this famous person and what you felt afterwards. Here is an example candidate response. I'm going to read it to you. Dear John, how are you? It's been a while since I haven't written to you. This is not correct. I would like to share with you a once-in-a-lifetime experience I had yesterday. Trust me, you're going to be amazed. Now here, the examiner says the candidate writes an introductory paragraph which is brief with an informal style and addresses the recipient directly. There is good use of language in the final sentence of this paragraph. So that's this sentence here. Trust me, you're going to be amazed. Last month, I saw an advert in the newspaper to get the chance to meet Michelle Obama. I was in shock. The advert was a competition with a very tight and strict requirement. I had to make a 10-minute speech on why I deserved to meet her. The speech was recorded in my camera and I sent it out to the magazine editor that same day. So 2, it says here, the second paragraph clearly addresses the first bullet point in the rubric. And 3, in the second paragraph, the candidate uses language which is clear and accurate. There is also good use of less common vocabulary like tight and strict requirement. Surprisingly, I won. I was so excited to see my idol. As there was only one winner, the experience became unforgettable. Many photographers took pictures of me and asked how I was able to win. After watching her gave an intriguing speech at the White House, this should be give, I was finally able to shake her hands and take pictures. So the candidate writes with a good register and style in the opening 2 sentences of the third paragraph. These help to convey a sense of enthusiasm for the story, like this. Surprisingly, I won. I was so excited. The third paragraph covers the second bullet point in the rubric, and the candidate adds some detail about the photographers and the speech. There is some awkwardness with individual words gave and hence, but the meaning is clear, and the candidate uses less common expressions like intriguing speech. That night, as I lay down in bed, I had an everlasting smile. I knew that I will cherish this moment forever. It still keeps me smiling as I write this down. That's it for now. See you soon. Regards, Alia Inanta. Okay, so the final paragraph covers the third bullet point, expressing the candidate's feelings after the event. The candidate provides examples of more sophisticated vocabulary, like everlasting smile and cherish this moment. The candidate writes a suitably brief and informal conclusion, which directly addresses the recipient of the email. The whole piece is very effective and shows very good examination technique. The content has a sense of purpose and audience, and the language shows ambition and a high level of accuracy, so not many mistakes. There could be a little more development, especially greater detail about the meeting with the famous person. There are also occasional errors. So mark awarded for content is 7 out of 8 because there's not enough development as stated here. And mark awarded for language is 7 out of 8 because there are occasional errors. So total mark awarded is 14 out of 16. We are going to plan our answer. We're going to do step 2. So here I met someone famous, and that is Jennie from Blackpink. So this is from the first bullet point, what I had to do to meet this famous person. So I had to win a K-pop dance competition. And here is my development. I practiced day and night. This is the second bullet point, describe your meeting. So we met in a dance studio and we choreographed a dance together. So I'm going to develop and say that there were reporters. How I felt afterwards, I was exhilarated and motivated. And my development is that I'm going to take dance classes more seriously from now on. So I've done step 1 and 2. Now I'm going to write the email. So here is the email. Dear Sarah, you won't believe what happened to me yesterday. I met Jennie from Blackpink. There was an international K-pop dance competition in Kuala Lumpur last month, and I couldn't resist entering. When they revealed that the grand prize was meeting Jennie, I was determined, practicing day and night to perfect my routine. Although I felt nervous on the day of the competition, my confidence prevailed, so I wasn't entirely surprised when they announced I had won. After what seemed like an eternity of anticipation, the big day arrived, and we met at a dance studio. We even choreographed a dance together, can you imagine? Reporters were present, capturing everything and posting it on social media. I can hardly express how exhilarating the experience was. Now I'm more motivated than ever to take my dance classes seriously. I wish you had been there with me. I miss dancing with you. Please write back soon, and when time permits, let's dance together. Best wishes, Jacinta. So I've done all the 3 steps. Make sure you do the 4th step as well, which is to check your writing for grammar, spelling, and punctuation. So let's break things down. I'm writing an email, so I have a salutation and I also have closing. I have 3 body paragraphs to address the 3 bullet points. I also have an informal introduction and conclusion. And here I have made sure that I have used some less common vocabulary. They are in red. I have made sure that I have used different sentence structures. So I have compound complex sentence structures here, which are underlined. I also have a simple sentence. I have used linking words and cohesive devices in green. Let's have a look at the mark scheme. So this is the marking criteria. For content, you must make sure that your task is fulfilled, that you're using the appropriate style and register. Here it is informal. You must have an excellent sense of purpose and audience. So make sure that your content is well developed. Don't just mention it and not develop it. Content is communicated skillfully and effectively. For language, you need to have a wide range of common and less common vocabulary. Use a wide range of structures, both simple and complex. And you need to have a high level of accuracy of language. Organization must also be effective and linking words must be used. That's all for now. I hope you found this video useful. I have many other videos. Please check them out. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. And for tutoring, you can write to me here. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Many students lose marks because they use the wrong tense when writing emails. So today I want to show you how to identify the right tense to use. Welcome back to English Step by Step. I am Miss Wee. We will be looking at some email questions, and then I will identify the key words that you need to look at, and then we will decide what tense to use. So this is the first question. You have decided to help at a sports event that will take place in your town next month. Write an email to your friend about this. In your email, you should 1. Describe the sports event that you're going to help at. 2. Say why you decided to help at the sports event. 3. Explain what you will be doing at the sports event. I'm not going to read the rest of it because that's the same for every email question. Here I have highlighted the keywords that will help me decide what tense to use. Now, this sports event will take place in my town next month, so I know that I will be using some future tenses. If you're not familiar with future tenses, I have made a video on that, so please click on the link up here. So the first part is to describe the sports event that you're going to help at. So going to is the future tense, so you can use future tense for this part of the question. Bear in mind that you can also use some present tenses for future. And again, that is in my video on future tenses. So please check it out. Say why you decided to help at the sports event. Decided is past tense, so you decided in the past. So I would suggest using past tense here. Again, you have to be flexible. If you're talking about something that is still true, for example, you enjoy certain things, you can also use present tense. Explain what you will be doing at the sports event. So here, definitely, you need to use future tenses. Again, please check out the video on future tenses. So here I have written down the tense for you. So future tense. So either will, going to, present continuous, or present simple. Here I would suggest past tense and here future tense again. This is the next question. You recently attended an interesting weekend course for teenagers. Write an email to a friend about the weekend course. In your email, you should give information about the course, explain why you wanted to do the course, say how the course could be better. So these are the keywords. I should also have highlighted this to show that it's past tense. So give information about the course. If the course still exists, you could use present tense. Here, wanted is past tense. And say how the course could be better. This, we're going to use modal verbs. So present tense for the first part, past tense for the second part. And for the third part, we would use modal verbs such as should, could, would, etc. So they should have included something, they could do something, it would have been better if, etc. Here's another question. You recently borrowed your cousin's jacket for an event. While you were wearing the jacket, you damaged it. Write an email to your cousin about this. In your email, you should describe the event you needed the jacket for, explain how you damaged the jacket, say what you're going to do about the damage. So past tense here, past tense, past tense, past tense again, and future tense. So I would use past tense for the first two parts and future tense for the third part. Next question. Your school is running a competition to find the best idea for a business that could be started by teenagers. One of the competition rules is that you must enter together with another student. Write an email to a friend about the competition. In your email, you should describe what your business idea is, explain what you have to do to enter the competition, say why you think your friend is the best person to enter with. So I've highlighted some keywords that will tell me what tense to use. Is running, that is present continuous. Is also present tense. So I would use present tense here. future tense here, and present tense again. So here we are, present, future, present. Next question. Your friend from another country is coming to stay with you and your family for a week for the first time. Write an email to this friend about the visit. In your email, you should explain where you would like to take your friend, describe who your friend will meet, say what your friend should bring. So again, I have highlighted the keywords. You have present continuous. This would be future, future, and modal verbs. So here we are, future, future, modal verbs. So that's a modal verb, should, could, would. Next question. You have recently found a website which helped you with your schoolwork and you want to tell your friend about it. Write an email to a friend telling them about the website. In your email, you should tell your friend how you found the website, describe how the website helped you with your schoolwork, and mention a small problem you had with the website. So helped is past tense, and the same with these. So I've written down past, past, past tense. This video is made in response to It's Daffy's message. Thank you, It's Daffy, for your message. Unfortunately, I cannot make a template for emails because the questions are all very different. However, I'm going to do something else instead. Welcome to English Step by Step. My name is Miss Wee. I make free video lessons for English first and second language. So I have a selection of 4 questions here. The first one says, you have recently been to a new shopping mall. You enjoyed it, but you had a small problem during your visit. Write an email to a friend about your visit to the shopping mall. In your email, you should say what you liked about your visit to the shopping mall. Describe the problem you had during your visit. Make a plan for you and your friend to visit the shopping mall together. Let's look at another one. You have recently decided to start writing your own blog. Write an email to a friend about this. In your email, you should explain why you would like to start writing your own blog. Say how you will make your blog different from others you have read. Describe what might be challenging about writing your blog. Another one, you recently attended an interesting weekend course for teenagers. Write an email to a friend about the weekend course. In your email, you should give information about the course, explain why you wanted to do the course, and say how the course could be better. Last one, you recently borrowed your cousin's jacket for an event. While you were wearing the jacket, you damaged it. Write an email to your cousin about this. In your email, you should describe the event you needed the jacket for, explain how you damaged the jacket, and say what you're going to do about the damage. Now, as you can see, the questions are all very different, and that's why it's very difficult to come up with a template. However, I hope that you have noticed a similarity between these 4 questions. So the question usually requires you to write to a friend and sometimes to a relative. So the register is informal. So I will come up with an introductory and conclusion paragraph for you that is informal, and you can pick and choose which ones you like. We're going to look at this email question that I did in another video. If you're interested in how to plan and develop, please click the link up here to get to that video. Last month, you won a competition to meet a famous person. Yesterday, you finally met them. Write an email to a friend telling them about this. In your email, you should explain what you had to do to win the competition, describe your meeting with the famous person, and say how you felt after meeting this person. I won't go through the planning because I did that in the other video already, but I highly recommend that you visit that video because I also have a sample candidate response and examiner comments, which will be very useful. And I think I also looked at the mark scheme. If you want to understand the mark criteria better, you should definitely visit that video. I won't read this to you now, but I'm showing you this because later we're going to use some of my suggestions and change the introduction and conclusion. If you want to read this, you can pause the video. So if you're interested in the full email writing process, please look for this video. I have already shared the link earlier. Before I give you the simple introductory and concluding paragraphs, let's have a look at this. In IGCSE ESL paper, which is the 0510 or 0511, the email task is almost always informal, written to a friend or a relative, unlike a cousin. The first paragraph usually greets the friend or relative and mentions the purpose of the email. And the last paragraph typically wraps up warmly and encourages a reply. So now I'm going to give you 10 samples for introductions and conclusions. Here we have the introductory or first paragraph of the email. So you can have, hi, your friend's name. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to write and tell you about, and then insert the topic here. Or, hey, your friend's name. How's everything going? I thought I would drop you a quick email to share some exciting news about, and the topic here. Dear friend's name again. It's been a while since we last spoke. I wanted to catch up and let you know all about the topic. Hi, friend's name. Hope all is good with you. I'm writing because I have something really interesting to tell you about. Insert your topic. Hey, friend's name. So notice that the comma is after your friend's name, not before. How have you been lately? I couldn't wait to tell you about and the topic. It's been on my mind all day. Hi, friend's name. I hope everything's going great. I'm writing this email because I wanted to share my thoughts on the topic. Hey, friend's name, comma. It's been so long. I hope you're doing fine. I'm emailing you to tell you more about, and then the topic. Dear friend's name, I was just thinking about you and thought I should write. I've got some news about the topic that I think you will love. Hi, friend's name, comma. What's new with you? I'm reaching out to tell you about the topic and I can't wait to hear what you think. Hey, friend's name, this is the final one. I hope school or work isn't too stressful. I wanted to write and share some updates about and then insert the topic. Now we have some samples for last paragraphs or concluding paragraph. Anyway, that's all for now. Let me know what you think when you can. Can't wait to hear back from you. Write soon. Hope to hear your thoughts soon. Take care and speak soon. I'm looking forward to your reply. Tell me all your news too. That's it for now. Write back when you have time. Hope you're as excited about this as I am. Talk soon. Drop me an email when you can. I would love to hear your opinion. Looking forward to catching up properly soon. Take care. Can't wait to hear what you think. Bye for now. Hope everything's going great with you. Write back soon. So here I have, hi, Sarah. So that's the name of my friend, and then comma. I've inserted the first sample introduction and the second sample concluding paragraph. Let's listen to this email.
Hi, Sarah. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to write and tell you about meeting Jennie from Blackpink. There was an international K-pop dance competition in Kuala Lumpur last month, and I couldn't resist entering. When they revealed that the grand prize was meeting Jennie, I was determined, practicing day and night to perfect my routine. Although I felt nervous on the day of the competition, my confidence prevailed, so I wasn't entirely surprised when they announced I had won. After what seemed like an eternity of anticipation, the big day arrived, and we met at a dance studio. We even choreographed a dance together. Can you imagine? Reporters were present, capturing everything and posting it on social media. I can hardly express how exhilarating the experience was. Now, I'm more motivated than ever to take my dance classes seriously. I wish you had been there with me. I miss dancing with you. Can't wait to hear back from you. Write soon. Best wishes, Jacinta.
So you can see that the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph fits in nicely. You can memorize any of them to use if you're not sure what to write and you think that you might get stuck during the exam. So here are some tips for you. Always start warmly and state the purpose early. And then end your email by encouraging a reply. Keep the tone friendly, casual, and natural because an email is informal, so don't be too formal. For those who are aiming for an A star or full marks, I have some advanced introductions and conclusions. These paragraphs will include some advanced vocabulary. They will also include some advanced sentence structure. If you have looked at the marking criteria, you will know that examiners are looking for these things: more sophisticated vocabulary and more complex sentence structures. So let me read them to you. I hope this email finds you well. I thought I would reach out to share some exciting developments regarding topic, which I believe you will find fascinating. So I've omitted the hi because I think you already know that. How have you been? It's been far too long since we caught up, and I couldn't wait to tell you about the topic which has been occupying my mind lately. So this is a compound complex sentence. I trust you're doing brilliantly. I'm writing to fill you in on the topic, something I'm genuinely thrilled to share with you. Hope life's treating you kindly. I'm dropping you a quick email because I've experienced something recently related to the topic, and I simply had to tell you all about it. I've been meaning to email you for ages. I finally found a moment to sit down and tell you about the topic, which I know you will find incredibly interesting. I hope you're thriving and enjoying whatever you're up to these days. So I'm using some advanced vocabulary. I just wanted to let you in on some news about the topic that I think you will really appreciate. It suddenly occurred to me that you would be the perfect person to share this with. I've recently had an experience connected to the topic and couldn't wait to hear your thoughts. How's everything going? I thought it would be lovely to reconnect and also tell you about the topic, which has turned out to be far more exciting than I had anticipated. Again, advanced sentence structure and sophisticated vocabulary. I was reminiscing about all our conversations and thought you'd be curious to hear about the topic, as it's something right up your street. So we have complex sentence structures and less common vocabulary. And here are some advanced conclusions. Anyway, that's all from me now. I can't wait to hear your take on it when you have a moment. Please do write back whenever you get the chance. You can see some uncommon punctuation here. I'm genuinely eager to hear what you think about all this. I would love to know if you've had any similar experiences. Looking forward to catching up properly very soon. Well, that's the latest from my side. Drop me a message when you can. Again, it would be great to hear your news too. Take care and don't forget to tell me everything that's been going on with you as well. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. So this is also very uncommon. Your opinions always mean a lot to me. Hope you're as excited about this as I am. I will be waiting to hear all your updates too. Anyway, I will leave you to it. Wishing you all the best and hoping we can chat more soon. Can't wait to hear back from you. Until then, take care and enjoy every moment. That's all for now. Write soon and let's not leave it so long next time. So some are not so advanced, but these are some less common punctuations that you can use. So a word of warning, if your level is not very advanced, I would not suggest you using the advanced introductions and conclusions because it will not match your body paragraphs and it may make the examiner very suspicious. So here I've used the third introduction and the fourth conclusion from the advanced selection. Let's listen to it.
Dear Sarah, I trust you're doing brilliantly. I'm writing to fill you in on meeting Jennie from Blackpink, something I'm genuinely thrilled to share with you. There was an international K-pop dance competition in Kuala Lumpur last month, and I couldn't resist entering. When they revealed that the grand prize was meeting Jennie, I was determined, practicing day and night to perfect my routine. Although I felt nervous on the day of the competition, my confidence prevailed, so I wasn't entirely surprised when they announced I had won. After what seemed like an eternity of anticipation, the big day arrived, and we met at a dance studio. We even choreographed a dance together. Can you imagine? Reporters were present, capturing everything and posting it on social media. I can hardly express how exhilarating the experience was. Now, I'm more motivated than ever to take my dance classes seriously. I wish you had been there with me. I miss dancing with you. Well, that's the latest from my side. Drop me a message when you can. It would be great to hear your news, too. Best wishes, Jacintha.
So as you can see, the advanced introduction and conclusion also fit in very nicely. So let's have a look at why we want to use these advanced sentence structures and less common vocabulary. So let's have a look at the mark scheme. Sorry, this is from the older syllabus, but it's very similar. We want to look at language marks here. In order to get very high language marks, you need to have a wide range of common and also less common vocabulary, which means sophisticated or advanced vocabulary. You also need to use a wide range of sentence structures, both simple and complex. And that's why I've designed the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph in order to have these elements. I hope that you have found this helpful. If so, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most important aspects of English writing, punctuation. It might seem simple, but good punctuation can make a huge difference in how clear and professional your writing is. So, let's get started. First up, the full stop, also known as a period. This is probably the easiest punctuation mark to remember. You use it at the end of a sentence that's complete and makes sense on its own. For example, the cat is sleeping. Without the full stop, it wouldn't feel like the sentence is finished, right? Just remember, every sentence that isn't a question or an exclamation needs a full stop. Next up is the comma. Commas are super versatile and can be tricky at first, but with a bit of practice, you'll get the hang of it. Use commas to separate items in a list. For example, I bought apples, oranges, bananas, and grapes. Notice how we use commas between each item in the list? Commas are also used to separate clauses within a sentence. For example, after we finished dinner, we went for a walk. Here, the comma separates the two parts of the sentence. Now the question mark. This one's simple. You use it at the end of a question. Easy, right? For example, what time is it? Without the question mark, it wouldn't feel like you're asking anything. So remember, if it's a question, always use a question mark. Exclamation marks are used when you want to show excitement, surprise, or a strong emotion. But don't overdo it. One exclamation mark is usually enough. For example, wow, that's amazing! The exclamation mark shows that you're really excited. Let's talk about apostrophes. We use apostrophes in two main ways: to show possession or to form contractions. For possession, you add an apostrophe and S after a noun. For example, this is Sarah's book. That shows the book belongs to Sarah. And for contractions, an apostrophe replaces missing letters. For example, can't is short for cannot, and the apostrophe takes the place of the missing letters. Quotation marks are used when you're writing what someone else said. For example, he said, "I'm going to the park." You put the exact words of the person between quotation marks. Colons and semicolons are a bit more advanced. Use a colon to introduce a list or explanation. For example, there are 3 things you need: a pencil, paper, and a ruler. And semicolons are used to link closely related ideas. For example, she loves chocolate, he prefers vanilla. They're separate ideas, but they're related, so we use a semicolon to connect them. And that's a wrap on today's lesson about punctuation. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future lessons. See you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Whether you're writing an essay, a report, or just want to improve your writing style, mastering sentence structures is a must. Let's get started. First up, we've got the simple sentence. As the name suggests, it's the most basic type of sentence. A simple sentence consists of a subject and a verb, and it expresses a complete thought. It's a sentence that stands on its own. Example, the dog barked. This sentence has a subject, the dog, and a verb, barked. Simple, right? It might not be the most exciting, but it's clear and to the point. Next, let's talk about compound sentences. These are great when you want to link two ideas that are related. A compound sentence contains two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. The most common conjunctions are and so, but because. Example, the dog barked and the cat ran away. Here, we have two simple sentences joined by and. Both parts could stand alone as separate sentences, but by joining them with a conjunction, we create a more dynamic sentence. Now let's level up with complex sentences. These sentences have an independent clause and at least one dependent clause. The dependent clause cannot stand alone, but it adds important information to the sentence. Example, the dog barked because it saw a stranger. In this sentence, the dog barked is independent. It makes sense on its own, but because it saw a stranger depends on the first part to make sense. The dependent clause gives us more details about why the dog barked. Ready for the ultimate sentence type? Compound complex sentences combine both compound and complex structures. These sentences have at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. Example, the dog barked because it saw a stranger, and the cat hid under the couch. Here, we've got two independent clauses, the dog barked and the cat hid under the couch, plus a dependent clause because it saw a stranger. You can see how this structure lets us express more complex ideas. Now, why does any of this matter? Well, using a variety of sentence structures keeps your writing interesting and helps you express more complicated ideas clearly. That's it for today's lesson. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more writing tips. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, drop a comment below. See you in the next one. Happy writing!
Hi everyone, welcome back to English Step by Step. Today, we're tackling a common writing issue called the comma splice. This mistake is easy to make, but just as easy to fix once you know how. Let's dive right in. First off, what exactly is a comma splice? Well, a comma splice happens when we use a comma to connect two complete sentences or independent clauses. Each of these clauses could stand on its own as a separate sentence, but if we just pop a comma between them, we end up with a grammatical error. For example, I love reading, it helps me relax. Here, we have two separate ideas. I love reading, and it helps me relax. Both can be sentences on their own, but putting only a comma between them, that's a comma splice. So, why are comma splices an issue? They can make our writing sound choppy or unclear. It can even confuse our readers because the ideas aren't linked properly. Instead of flowing smoothly, the sentence feels jumbled or too abrupt. Luckily, there are several ways to fix comma splices, and they're all pretty simple. Let's go over each method. Method 1. Use a period. Our first option is to use a period to separate the two sentences. So instead of, I love reading, it helps me relax, we can write, I love reading, it helps me relax. Now each idea is clearly separated. Method 2. Use a semicolon. The next way to fix a comma splice is with a semicolon. Semicolons are great for linking closely related ideas without fully separating them. So, we could write, I love reading, it helps me relax. The semicolon tells readers that these ideas are connected, but it's also grammatically correct. Method 3. Add a conjunction. Another option is to use a conjunction like and, but, or so after the comma. For example, we could write, I love reading, and it helps me relax. The conjunction here smooths out the connection between our two ideas, making the sentence flow naturally. Method 4. Restructure the sentence. Finally, sometimes it's best to restructure the sentence entirely.
For example, we could write, "Reading helps me relax because I love it." This not only fixes the comma splice, but also gives us a new way to express the idea. Here are two more examples. Example 1. Comma splice. The weather was beautiful. We decided to go for a hike. Fixes. 1. Use a period. The weather was beautiful. We decided to go for a hike. Each idea is now a complete sentence, clearly separated. 2. Use a semicolon. The weather was beautiful. We decided to go for a hike. The semicolon links the two closely related ideas while maintaining grammatical correctness. 3. Add a conjunction. The weather was beautiful, so we decided to go for a hike. The conjunction "so" makes the relationship between the two ideas clear. Example 2. Comma splice. She loves painting. Her artwork is amazing. Fixes. 1. Use a period. She loves painting. Her artwork is amazing. This separates the two independent clauses. 2. Use a semicolon. She loves painting. Her artwork is amazing. The semicolon highlights the connection between her love for painting and the quality of her artwork. 3. Restructure the sentence. Because she loves painting, her artwork is amazing. Restructuring adds variety and provides more detail about the cause and effect relationship. So, that's it for today's lesson on comma splices. Now you know what they are, why they're a problem, and how to fix them. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a step. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to walk you through the 50 most misspelled words by students. Let's go through the list. First up, we have 10 words that many students get wrong because they're so often misread or sound different from their spelling. 1. Accommodation. Double C's and double M's. This one's all about those double letters. 2. Separate. People often spell it as separate. Remember, it has a rat in the middle. 3. Necessary. It's necessary to remember. 2 S's, 1 C. 4. Disappoint. It's disappointing when you forget the second P in disappoint. 5. Definitely. Don't get caught spelling it as definitely. The word has finite in it. 6. Embarrass. Double R, double S, embarrassingly easy to forget. 7. Independent. The tricky part here? Many spell it with an extra A, but it's independent. 8. Privilege. A common mix-up is placing an E instead of I in the middle. 9. Occurrence. Double C, double R. Just remember this occurrence happens a lot. 10. Believe. One of the classic I before E, except after C rules. Moving on, here are 10 more words that look straightforward but often cause confusion. 11. Exaggerate. It's easy to forget the double G's here. 12. Recommend. Another one with double letters, 2 M's in recommend. 13. Harass. It's harassing to remember just 1 R and 2 S's. 14. Familiar. It's familiar to see students spelling this one with an extra letter or 2. 15. Pronunciation. This one gets confused with pronounce. There's no O after the N. 16. Conscience. It's like science with a conscience. 17. Disappearance. Double P's make this word disappear correctly. 18. Grateful. This one isn't great, it's grateful, with 1 E at the start. 19. Occurred. It occurred to me that this has double C's and R's. 20. 12th. The F before the T catches many people off guard. Here are 10 more words that love to trick students during exams. 21. Liaison. Watch out for the 2 I's in the middle. 22. Necessary. Necessary makes the list again because it's that important. 23. Accommodate. And yes, accommodation returns with all its double letters. 24. Achieve. Remember, it's always I before E in achieve. 25. Bureaucracy. A complicated word that's hard to manage, just like a bureaucracy. 26. Occasion. 2 C's, but only 1 S. 27. Convenient. Don't let the EINT sequence throw you off here. 28. Perseverance. Stick with this one. It's a test of your perseverance. 29. Questionnaire. Double N's and a tricky ending. Questionnaire is one to watch. 30. Vacuum. The W's make this word a vacuum for spelling mistakes. And finally, here are the last 20 words. These are ones that might seem simple but often lead to mistakes. 31. Surprise. The R comes before the P. Don't let it surprise you. 32. Rhythm. No vowels between the H and M. Just remember the beat. 33. Supersede. It supersedes with S, not C. 34. Exceed. Remember, it's 2 E's, 1 C. 35. Occurrence. Double C's and R's make their third appearance on this list. 36. Immediately. Double M's and immediately. Don't miss them. 37. Privilege. It's privileged to make the list again, but remember, it has an I, not an E in the middle. 38. Argument. Drop the E after the U in argument. 39. Category. Don't switch around the E's and O's in category. 40. License. This one's spelled with a C before the S. 41. Separate. Just like before, a rat in separate keeps it spelled correctly. 42. Recommend. 2 M's, as it's recommended to remember. 43. Definite. Drop the A from definitely. It's definite. 44. Embarrass. 2 R's and 2 S's. It's embarrassing to miss it. 45. Irresistible. Double S's make this one irresistible to spell wrong. 46. Pronunciation. Again, no O after the N. 47. Mischievous. No extra I, just mischievous fun. 48. Withhold. The double H's are what hold this word together. 49. Acquaintance. The C and Q can make this acquaintance tricky. 50. Rhythm. We'll finish strong with rhythm. No vowels in the middle. Great job. Keep practicing your spelling, and soon these words will be a breeze in your exams. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more exam tips and study hacks. Good luck with your studies, and I'll see you in the next video.